Hi guys, and welcome to part 1 of the Studio Knit Along to create the Fault in Our Stars cloud shape. This video is split into 2 parts, so when we have finished part 1 of this knit along, jump over to part 2 so we can finish up your cloud shape. To learn a little bit more about this cloud shape, go check out my cloud pattern video. It has a link to the pattern that you can download for free. You can use any size needles and yarn you would like. I'm going to be using number 8 knitting needles, as well as this worsted weighted yarn. We also will use scissors and a tapestry needle. My small cloud shape comes out to being about 5.5 inches long and 4.5 inches tall. If you think a knit along is a great idea, please go ahead and hit like, and that will let me know that you are interested in more long format videos where you can knit along with me. So let's get started. We begin by creating a slip knot. This knitting technique, as well as everything else we'll cover, I have links in the description below if you would like a more detailed explanation of how to do the stitches. But we are doing it in real time, so hopefully this will help. So we begin by having just one cast on. So that one slip knot creates your cast on one stitch. And now we begin row 1. First we're going to knit 1, make 1. That's what K1, M1 means. Knit 1, make 1. It's also called knit into the front and the back. So we did the one knit in the front, we come around to the back, and we knit into that. This creates an increase where we started with 1 stitch and now we have 2. Now on that same row, the next instruction is a cable cast on of 1. That's what CCO 1 means, cable cast on 1. We'll be doing more cable cast-ons. So if you didn't quite catch that, it's coming up again in row 2. So here we'll start row 2, and this is knitting 3, 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to do 3 cable cast-ons. So in order to do that, and this is to increase a nice long row for this irregularly shaped cloud, there we go, and we do the first cast on, the second, and the third. Okay, it's time to start row 3. And if you haven't taken a peek at the pattern, we only have 30 rows, so we're 10% of the way there already. So here on row 3, we are going to knit 6 stitches, and after we're done knitting the 6, it's another cable cast on. Again, this is to create the longer areas for this irregularly shaped cloud. So we're done knitting 6, and now we just go in and do our cable cast on, like so. Alright, row 4. We are going to begin by knitting 6. Now at any point, if you're not going at the same speed as me, just go ahead and hit pause and carry on when you're ready to do the next row. Okay, here is our 6th stitch, and now K1, M1, that means knit 1, make 1. So we're going to knit 1, then we go around to the back to make 1. Nice. Now this 5th row is just knitting all 8 stitches all the way across. And you'll see once we complete these 8 stitches, we're going to break the yarn. This pattern is being knit from the bottom up. So what we have created so far is the bottom left curve of the cloud, which is the longer curve of the cloud. And when we're done knitting these 8 stitches, we're going to break the yarn in order to begin creating the curve on the right side of the cloud. Okay, so we're breaking the yarn, and you'll see we have that pretty curve right there. Now, with your empty needle, just go ahead and cast on 4 stitches. I like using the long tail method. It's just easier, but you can, now that you know the cable cast on method, you can use that too if you'd like. So we cast on 4 stitches onto the empty needle. Now the needle that has our very first cloud curve, we are going to use that. And so for this cloud, we're calling it row 3 for this cloud curve, the right side. And all we do is we knit 4. And once we get to the end of that, we do 1 cable cast on in order to increase just a little bit. So here we go at the end of row 3, picking up our yarn, 1 cable cast on, like so. Awesome. Okay, now row 4, we are going to knit 4 stitches. So easy. And then it's time to knit 1 and make 1 to increase. Right from the back, that's the make 1. Awesome. Okay, now row 5, we are going to, it's pretty similar to what we just did. We are going to knit 5 stitches and then do another knit 1, make 1. So have fun with it. Okay, here we go. We've knitted 5, knit 1, come around to the back, and make 1. Awesome. Okay, so now this is the really super fun part, and it's really easy. We're going to be joining these 2 cloud curves together. So cute. So we begin by just knitting 7, and this is the cloud curve that we just completed. This is the one that will be on the lower right side of our cloud. Okay, so once we're done knitting those 7, then just bring that first cloud curve over, and we just knit right into that first stitch. And you know, you may as well go ahead and just pick up the yarn that is left on the tail that we broke if you'd like. You don't have to, but it just feels a little bit more secure when you do. Great, so now that we are going to finish knitting these last 8 stitches, we are going to be left with 15 stitches on our needle, and everything is joined together. So now it'll just be one solid piece that we will be knitting up until the time that we get to the very tippy top with those last two cloud curves, but we don't have to worry about that right now. Okay, great. So we have finished row 6. And look at this. Your two little cloud humps. You can see that one is bigger than the other, which is just like the artwork on the cover of the book. They are not symmetrical whatsoever. They have their own unique shape. Okay, now we're beginning on row 7. We are going to knit 15 stitches all the way down the line. And as you see coming up, once we complete all 15 stitches, it's time to do 4 cable cast-ons, which is going to really extend the arm of the cloud outward to the side. Okay, we are almost there, and 15, great. Okay, so now we're going to do the cable cast-on 4 times in order to make that increase right here. We insert our needle, cable cast on number 1, and 2, three, and 4. Awesome. Okay, so these next few rows are really super easy. We're going to begin row 8. We have 19 stitches on our needle now, and you can see that off to the right, the cloud is beginning to extend. And on this row, row 8, all we have to do is knit 19 stitches straight all the way down the line. Okay, so we have come to the end of part 1 of this knit along. To finish your cloud shape, jump on over to part 2 and let's finish it up together. See you there!